Look, man, I know you're old, but you're Captain America. You can't go dying on us in this show.
No. No, I don't think I will.
That's the spirit, Steve Rogers. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. We are back to our weekly spoiler reviews for MCU content, and today's show is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Just dropped on Disney Plus, episode 1. Thanks to Disney for sending me this episode early. But today, we are diving deep into all of the nuggets, Easter eggs, and plot points that were set up to get us excited about the future. Who are the Flag Smashers, and is that a new Captain America? Well, I'm confused. I'm not, but some of you all may be. We're going to talk about it today. I need you in the comments down below. And if you like these weekly shows, be sure to drop your thumbs up. My reaction video coming later today. Let's do it. And we start this episode out in a way that was almost expected because we see Sam Wilson, Falcon, putting on a suit, and he's looking all sad. And I'm sitting back thinking to myself, I really hope Captain America, a.k.a. old version of Steve Rogers, has not died yet, because it looked like he was going to a funeral. Instead of that, he's going to a memorial for Captain America, sort of a celebration, and we're seeing all of the things that we saw in the museum in the earlier films, but now they're kind of showcased and displayed in a way to pay tribute to this soldier now that he has fallen after the battle in Avengers Endgame. And there's still the rumors going around. We hear it in the show. Is he on the moon? Is he still alive? Come on, tell me where Steve Rogers is. So it sounds like the public doesn't actually know what happened. All they know is that he's no longer with us. But the first big surprise of this series was Rhodey making his presence known already. And it makes sense because we have the government officials there now. One character that was kind of sitting next to Rhodey at this memorial is a huge part of what we get later on in the episode. But as of now, we have Rhodey approaching Sam and having the conversation, knowing that Cap passed the mantle, passed the shield to him. But for some reason, he decided to turn the shield in. I do not feel equipped to be Captain America. Captain America is Steve Rogers. And sure, he can say all of these really nice things, and he does just that at the end of Endgame, but I don't feel worthy. So they have that conversation and talk about the fact that he did not accept the mantle, so he is turning over the shield to the government. Sam, how many times have you learned not to trust the government, bro? And Rhodey, I don't think, knows exactly what's happening behind the scenes. I'm sure he'll make an appearance once again. But as of now, they have taken that shield. It is now their property, and they're saying, we're not going to let this stand. We need a new Captain America. But we'll come back to that here in just a second. Let's take a look at where Sam is going before we shift over to the Winter Soldier. Kind of learning a bit of backstory about him. He has a sister. He has some nephews. And it's one of those things that you don't necessarily think about when you're seeing him go around with the Avengers and fight crime. Yeah, he actually has a life behind the scenes. We talk about how the blip affected that family, how they struggled to survive, and now they're trying to do things, operate things that really seems unimportant. But no, to her, aka his sister, and to this family, this is as important as it should be, and they can't even go to the bank and get a loan. I mean, this guy is out fighting crime, doing every single thing he can. He's not been here for 5 years. They should fix that rule, by the way, so he can't take a loan. And this guy is sitting here trying to take selfies with Sam. I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? You're making me just as mad as you're making him. So absolutely ridiculous in that context. It made me mad as well. But let's shift over to Winter Soldier and see what he's up to in this episode. You see, he's trying to right the wrongs of his past. We see him in a therapy session and really struggling to, I think, have the conversation required here that he needs to get these things off of his chest. He goes through, okay, what did I do today? Did I do everything I was told to do? Did I break any rules? Well, we see in the flashback that he, again, trying to right the wrongs of his past, but he's willing to do whatever it takes. Now, before we get into his scene with the old gentleman, another flashback scene that was absolutely awesomely put together because we have the Winter Soldier theme song returning once again. And as soon as I saw the mask, I freaked out. It was so cool to see that. But he's not only taking down the bad guys to him in this situation, but it's a flashback. He's being mind controlled. He takes down an innocent civilian. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and talk about it. It is the son of the man that he's spending this time with. Now, he goes on a date in this episode, and it was really cool to see that, kind of getting out of his comfort zone. He says he's tried online dating. Doesn't really work for him. But, yeah, the relationship with that guy was all because he's trying to make up for what he did to his son. And how devastating and heartbreaking is that? An aspect of that story that I've always wanted to see explored. I just didn't think they would do it in this way. Now, I do want to talk about the opening of the episode, something that thoroughly and in-depth reminded me of Captain America the Winter Soldier, because like in the Winter Soldier, when we get this excellent scene with Captain America infiltrating the boat and taking on Batroc the Leaper, we once again get an opening scene, except this time it's in the air, infiltrating not a boat, but a handful of helicopters. And guess who the villain is? It's Batroc the Leaper. But not only is it a very similar situation to Captain America the Winter Soldier, but the look, the feel, again the music, but Henry Jackman is back, and just the vibes that I was getting with the fight choreography, it just felt like Winter Soldier. It felt like a spy espionage thriller, and that is everything I want with this character. It was an awesome action scene. Again, most of the episode is really scaled back compared to that, but this opening scene was the perfect way to get us into the show, and then we get to take a look at the characters. Now, another thing that Sam Wilson kind of learns in this episode is that there is a group of people called the Flag Smashers who are not great people. And the main Flag Smasher, who we'll learn about a bit more in later episodes, is a masked anarchist and the leader of this anti-patriotism group. And we see at one point that either one or maybe a few of the Flag Smashers have extraordinary abilities. They are much stronger than a normal human being, which means they're probably much stronger than Sam, because Sam does not have powers, technically, even though he is very well trained and equipped to be infiltrating like he does later on in the episode. But these are individuals that I believe will serve as one of the main villainous groups, but I have a feeling they're not going to be the main villains, because at the end of the episode, right, we've had Batroc, we've had Rhodey, we've had the Flag Smashers, all of these cameos, absolutely awesome. My favorite cameo was the tease when we got U.S. Agent. And U.S. Agent, played by Wyatt Russell, first appeared in Captain America number 323 as Super Patriot. Later on, he was redesigned as a new incarnation of Captain America, which is what he is in the show, and a few years later, U.S. Agent, but as of now, we just know him as the new Captain America. Now, what role will he serve? I have a feeling it will be a nefarious one. Either he is working for Baron Zemo, either he is part of the Flag Smashers group, or there are even deeper, or who knows, even more Hydra-centric purposes at play here. But we know he's involved. We know that the guy sitting next to Rhodey is involved, and the Flag Smashers, they're kind of doing their own thing. But all of these things come together to create a huge set of problems for Sam Wilson. And you know he can't do it alone, and that's why he's going to call in the Winter Soldier probably in the next episode. But as soon as he sees that play out on screen, I believe it's his sister who calls him over, and he sees the new Captain America, just the introduction and the ominous nature of it all, because you know that is not supposed to be your shield, bro. But sure enough, that's who's wielding it. Some unknown person. Wyatt Russell, it's Kurt Russell's son, so we know who it is. But oh my goodness, the setup for episode 2 was awesome. But again, folks, this is an episode that is really scaled back, way more subtle. We're learning about them. We're trying to understand who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, and I found that to be beautiful. Was it the most action-packed episode? Not necessarily, and I wouldn't say it's the most rousing introduction to one of these Disney Plus Star Wars or Marvel shows. But I got a lot out of it. As a huge fan of the Winter Soldier, that is all I needed to see to know that this is a show for me, and this is a show that I hopefully will thoroughly keep enjoying. We have to see where it goes, but I have my theories and predictions. It's only episode 1, though. We're going to stay away from some of the crazy ones. Is it Mephisto? Probably. All right, guys, I need you down below. What did you think about this episode? Is it the definitive story that you wanted from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? All of those things, please let me know down below. I appreciate you all big time. I cannot wait to come back next week and even later today bringing you my reaction to this episode when I watched it a few days ago. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.